What's up, y'all? So last night I decided to whip me and the family up some beef bacon cheeseburgers. To my ground beef, I added W sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, and just a little bit of seasoned salt. Now, before you knock this next step, you gotta try it. Add ketchup and mustard to your ground beef, and I promise you the flavors will not disappoint. Then you make sure you get all up in there so that you can get all of those seasonings mixed in together. I also ended up adding an egg. Mixed all that up together some more. Then we're gonna pop that in the refrigerator until we need it. I also decided to make my own homemade french fries. So I cleaned and chopped up the russet potatoes that I had and put those in the ice bath. Next, I took some olive oil, oiled my hands down real good so that this meat wouldn't stick to it. And I just rolled those into balls and just kind of like smushed them and shaped them to the way that I wanted them to be. And I do this little thing when I cut up some parchment paper into squares so that it's easier to transfer the meat from the plate to the grill. Once those are transferred over, I use my spatula just to flatten it down because as we all know, if you cook burgers before, they do seem to shrivel up and get a little too thick. And I personally can't eat burgers that's too big, so yeah, I don't want that. After flipping each patty a couple of times and making sure I add a little pressure to it, it's time to take them off, and I just repeat that for the remainder of the meat that I have. And don't forget to go ahead and add your cheese. My man stepped in and decided to help me by cooking the bacon for me. I started on the fries. I took them out of the ice bath, laid them flat on a tray, and I made sure I patted them as dry as I could. Keelan ended up taking his bacon and putting it into the oven so that they can get a little bit more crisp to them. I seasoned my fries and went ahead and put those in some hot oil. They turned out so good. And that was our first time trying that beef bacon. So for the people that don't eat pork and would like to find a nice beef smoke like bacon, I would say that one is an 8 out of 10. And that's all I got for you, boo.